I haven't really been in tune with like trying to date hard and be in a relationship like that. As I've been single for 7 years. 7 years out the game.
You know what? Dating in this generation, bro,
it's kind of tough, dog.
It's confusing.
Because you got so much, it's a lot now as opposed to what it was 20 years ago or something like that when we was kids and our parents was younger. Right. Because nowadays we see women 24/7. Back then you didn't, because guess what? If I go on a date with a female, we're on a date, we're together, but once we leave, we go to our phones, and what's the first thing we get on social media? And what's on that person's social media? The opposite sex most of the time. Right. So we're seeing women 24/7. They're seeing men 24/7. There's dating apps now. So the trust level now is almost at an all-time high. You really got to fully invest into dating somebody now.
Right. So it's loosely used too. Like the word dating alone is like, for me, like, okay, for example, chick will say, when are you taking me on a date? You know what I mean? Like, I don't use the word date like that because it's a little too widely used. You know what I mean? So I'll say, we can hang out, we can spend time or something, but it won't be to the caliber of a date. When you think of a date, it's like after we've agreed, like, we're into each other, I'm trying to, this is something we're going to pursue, this is something we're going to build, then that's the person that I start to date. You know what I mean? To go on a date with. But like a random chick can't just come up to me and say, hey, let's go on a date. Like, I don't know you. You know what I mean? Like, why would I take you on a date? That's not even on the same, I don't even know you. I might not even like you. And let's say, and that's no shade to people, to men who like to go on dates. You know what I mean? Like to, hey, see a nice woman in the club or wherever you meet them, say, hey, I like to take you out to dinner. Let's go on a date. They might could use that, but their intentions behind it is not maybe always the same. You know what I mean? So when it comes to me, like I said, it's just my perspective is how I use the word date. Like, I don't say, like, if a chick comes up to me, let me take you on a date. Like, I don't know you. So now I'm about to go, hypothetically speaking, take you out to dinner. Right. Maybe spend between, like, depending on where you want to go or whatever. But the point is, now I have to go spend money to have a conversation to see who you are. Like, I don't even know you. Now I have to go spend money out in a restaurant when after we pay the tab and leave, I might not never hear from you again. Now I just took you out on the date and you're not even here tomorrow. Like, I'm not even in contact with you no more. So why do I have to, that's why, like, dating to me is it's a little hard. Not hard, but I don't use the word date like that. Right. You know what I mean? Because I know a dating is a different caliber for me. It's a different level. If I take you on a date, then we already rocking tough. You know what I'm saying? We're already to a different level. So now we can go on dates because we're already to a certain point. You see what I'm saying? That makes sense.
And then too, they take talking out of perspective too.
Right.
Like, if I get a woman's number and we texted for like, I don't know, a day and a half inconsistently, they will go and run off. Let me back up. Perfect example. There was a girl that I knew a few years ago and had a dude or whatever. But when she got single, we was cool. We were chopping. I really, was trying to do something with that. Then it went off. It went off. Like, it went left. And then, we had like an on and off type of deal. But then I ran into a girl out somewhere and I thought she was attractive. She was cool. But then, come to find out, those two knew each other. I didn't fucking know. I just saw this girl out somewhere.
Right.
So then it was like, you used to try to talk to my friend. Like, what the you know what I'm saying? Like, and then another point is like, when I get a girl number, let's say I get a girl number and just met out or something somewhere and we talk for like a day and a half too. She would go and run to somebody else and say, oh, me and him used to talk. No, we didn't. Like, we exchanged numbers. We had conversation. Yeah, but we never talked. We never dated.
They quick to throw that around.
And then
I think that's women code. Like, I don't know. I think that's
women
code.
We don't do that.
Yeah, we don't. You know what else was women code to me was crazy is like how, like, a chick won't talk to you because you talk to a friend. No matter how much time has went by. Like, real story, I met this girl. We tried to talk, but she wouldn't talk to me like that because I dated her cousin in high school. Like, and at this point, I'm late 20s. I'm like late 20s, about to turn 30, I think, if I can remember. But, so I just met you now. Yeah. And you won't talk to me because I went to high school with your cousin and we talked in 11th grade. Like, I think that's just women code. I'm like, So and then she tried to flip it and was like, okay, well, if I tried to talk to your brother, is that cool? I'm like, number one, my mind and my perspective is so on a different level and more mature than I don't think like, I'm like, if you met my brother 10 years from now, you know what I mean? Life brought y'all together and you met my little brother. I'm not going to stop y'all love. I'm not going to say, nah, that's messed up because this my little brother. I'm like, if life brings y'all together, why would I hate on that happiness? You know what I'm saying? Like, and if your family is really your family, you should be happy. Like, what if I make you happy? What if I'm the one? You know what I'm saying? Now you stopping your happiness because we dated in high school? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I tell women that all the time. I'm like, don't, I know it's a women code and you probably can't get around that, but I just, like I said, offer a different perspective. I'm like, if that's really your friend, if that's really your girl, like, and I'm not saying like if it's a weekend between, you know what I mean? Of course, like I said, I'm talking time. Like if it's enough time that has went by, like let's say 5 years 5 years plus. I don't want to put a number on it, but like I said, if life brings y'all back together, why you hating on your homegirl? Because y'all you used to talk to that man.
Right.
She met him, liked him, probably fell in love, plan on marrying him, have a family, but you won't let her talk to him because he's trying to talk to me. So now you're trying to ruin her happiness, and now you can't be happy for your friend genuinely finding love because. You know what I mean? I'll never get that why women do that.
I never will get it. And it gets to the point we're going to talk about it too, like dating women with kids.
Yeah, that's another. Oh, that's a good one.
Like, dating women with kids is like...
You date women with kids?
You said what I?
No, have you dated? Have you dated a couple?
Nah, I haven't. Like, I thought... I knew going into it that she had a kid, and I wanted to pursue something, but it just didn't go. You know what I'm saying? But... Am I against it? Of course, it depends on situation, right?
Right. So you got a kid. So do women ever come to you and say, "Hey, do they ever make it a deal? Like, is it like a deal breaker for them? Like when you try to meet women and they know you have a kid? Is that
not no more? I think at first it was when he was younger. Right. Because I think when he was like 1, 2 years old or whatever.
The newborn stage.
It was a newborn stage. But then what happens is this: what happens? Women don't really like get into it. It's not because that person has a kid. It's about the situation. Right. So women like to they want to know, are you still involved with the mom? Exactly. Are y'all still messing around? Right. And my situation is unique. His mom is married. I'm cool with his stepdad. There's no issue. So there's no other woman involved in the situation. There's no crazy chick or nothing like that. Yeah. We just have a regular conversation. The last time me and that woman had sex was the day we made that kid. That was the last time. So there's nothing else. So I think women, it depends on the situation. They don't want the situation to interfere her feelings towards the dude. They don't like baby mama drama. Yeah. So that's what happens. Yeah. I don't believe it or not. I had some women try to talk to me just because I had a kid. Really? Yes. Man, it's like using a kid like a puppy, man. You walk through a park and like all the women stop and look at the cute little dog. You're like, oh, like. Yes, dog. Like it's different. But I think with women, it depends how many too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, definitely. It depends on many. If a woman has a starting 5, then I can't even. The odds of me getting with her is just low. You know what? Dating women with kids for me, bro. Like I've in my lifetime, I've seriously dated, like lived with, like, you know, had girlfriends who had kids, and in this generation, it's rare to meet women without kids. I'm like, you ain't got no kids? What? High five. You know what I mean? So it's like dating women with kids for me is more. It's a time issue. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, the situation doesn't really play too much of a part until like after I know the situation. If I know the situation and you tell me, cool. Like now, if it's a situation where he really trying to be back in your life, he trying to, you know, really trying to actively get you back, and then now we can talk about that when we get to it. But trying to talk to him with kids is more of a time issue. It's like, you know, she might have to go to work, come home, be with the kid, you know what I'm saying, do homework, whatever, and then it's like by the time we actually try to get our time in, it's a little hard. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's just a timing issue. It's not impossible. It's just hard because of time. It's just a timing thing. And then, like you said, how many? I mean, that shouldn't stop you. You know, don't get us wrong. Like, it doesn't stop you from finding love just because a woman has a bunch of kids. For sure. You know, I think it's just personal preference. You know what I mean? That's what it comes down to. Yeah, I remember back then, like back in the day, Steve Harvey used to say it like, because, you know, he had a big blended family. I think he said, he was like, in his book, he's like, a man got to see if his check can split that many ways. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to see. I got to know if my check can split that many ways. You know what I mean? But, I mean, it's a realistic. Once again, it's just about intentions. Like, if I plan on still being with you, if I intend on
making you somebody I want to spend my life with, then I have to accept your kids. I gotta accept them. I'm gonna love them like they mine.
It's just one thing I don't like too. I don't like when women say, "I'm never gonna have kids."
Right.
And I already know why they say it.
Right.
My opinion is that they feel like that because they never met a man in their life that they can see themselves having a kid with.
That's opening Pandora's box right there. That goes far.
That goes far as hell.
A woman say that you got to check into her upbringing. That could be like, it could be an upbringing thing. Never saw that. She's probably never saw,
right, and probably had miscarriage in the past too. I had that before too, with a woman telling me that. Right. And it's like when a woman don't want to get married. Oh, I'll never get married. Like,
I think that's life. Like when you make statements like that. Oh, I don't want to get married. I don't want to have. I think it's like maybe what you've experienced and then where you are in life. Right. Or maybe where you're going in the near future. But like, I think it's just a level. When you get to a certain level in life, you're like, you know what? I think I am ready to settle down. I think I am ready for a kid. I want a family of my own. I think it's just, you go through life and you live and learn and stuff happens. I think that's when it becomes a different issue.
That's what it comes to. And that's what I'm saying, dog. It's like,
even with dating, now, when we're still talking about dating, I got something else to say about dating too before we get out this topic, because this is a good topic.
Yeah.
A lot of friends, a lot of people just ask me, why am I not out here dating around? Like, why aren't you just going on multiple dates and just, you got a lot of potential, you got this going on. Why are you not out here, trying to actually date? I'm like, number one, I always joke and I say, number one, I know what I want. Right. You know what I mean? I know what I want out of a woman. I know where I am in life and where I'm going. So I know the type of woman I need. So just that in itself, I think when you know what you want, it saves you time from having to go to different people, having to talk to multiple people when you know what you want. Because now you kind of you have your standards and requirements. You know what you want. You kind of just, when you come across somebody, you kind of know, you have a conversation with them. I'm not saying don't try. I'm saying you have conversations with them. And like, you know what you're looking for. And it's like, this person, and it's like, they're not offering me what I want, what I need. So it's like, but based on your own standards and requirements of what you want out of a mate, then when it comes around, you know how to spot it. You know what I mean? Right. Like, so now I don't have to jump from this person. Let me see what this person offers. Let me see what you got. Let me see what you got to offer. Let me see what you got to offer. Right. I don't have to go date you on Monday, go with you on Wednesday, now you on Thursday. Like, I know what I want. I know what I'm looking for. Right. You know what I mean? So I can just have a conversation with one person, see what their mind is and topics that we talk about just from conversation. I can be like, yeah, the way you think, or just whatever. Like, you can feel the vibe, you feel the energy. Like, if this person gonna last or not. Right. And I always say, I need my own show. Like, give me a Major Love show or something. Let me have a group of chicks in competition and then date them all. And at the end, I'm going to pick a winner, because that's ultimately how I break down dating. That's my view of dating if I'm dating multiple people at one time. You know what I mean? Even women date multiple. I'm like, I'm eventually going to have to cut somebody off. But I'm going to see what you got. I'm going to see what you got to offer me. And at the end, I'm going to have to make a choice on who I'm going to keep, who I'm going to cut off. So I just joke and say, like, I need my own show if I'm going to do it like that. Yeah. Like, I don't need to do it like that. That's why I'm not dating around or dating multiple people. Like, I don't have to do that.
Because you already know what you want.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Get my own VH1 show or something. I think just in this generation, posting on your social media, like, I feel like that's a whole, I wouldn't know how to feel about that now. Because I've done that before. I've done the whole having somebody posting them, you know what I mean? And you see Instagram memes saying, it's a difference between privacy and secrecy. You know what I'm saying? So, like, just because I'm not posting you don't mean nobody's in the picture, or it doesn't mean, you know what I mean? But posting on social media, that has to come with that has to come with levels. Like, it has to be trust, it has to be solid, it has to be permanent. Like, when we get to the point to where we're posting each other openly and saying, listen, we're posting each other, I'm tagging you, posting you, then we seriously rocking. But it has to be, my view on that is it has to be solid, it has to be, before it can make it to the public, we need to be good behind closed doors before we just. Because I follow people who then went through. I didn't follow chicks who then posted 2-3 dudes in a couple of years.
And 3 months later, it's like,
yeah, I'm like, wait a minute, what happened to old buddy? Like, he was just posting, you was all in love with over here. Now, summertime, he gone. Now you got somebody else laid up by Christmas. I'm like, wait a minute now, you didn't. You want somebody to post. You just want somebody to post. Now, trying to do all that posting, I'm like, listen, once we solid, then the world gonna know.
Exactly.
And we're private. It's private. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's private.
And I was dating a chick like that, like 2015, 16 or whatever. And she was like, why you don't post me on Snapchat? Why you never post me on Instagram?
She wanted you.
I'm like, I don't want to put our business out there. This between me and you. Why does the world have to know what we got going on? We're not even in a full relationship.
Exactly.
In the meantime, she had just got up. She was on and off with her boyfriend. In the meantime, too, like we went to a party together. I went to at Sam Houston. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And she's there, like throwing a party, whatever. But then half her dudes there, like she got dudes there. I'm like, yo, what you want me to post you? Oh, no, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? Come to find out, that was the right decision for me to leave.
Exactly.
I'm like, I'm not gonna keep posting on. I did like Snapchat or whatever. I like 22 at the time.
Right.
I put you on Snapchat. I think it was more Snapchat because Instagram didn't have the story at the time.
No,
it was a Snapchat. I never put on the wall. Did I? No, I didn't. I had to go back and look. I didn't. It was Snapchat more.
Right.
But like we went on little dates and stuff. Hey, we matched going out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Had the same type of colors. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you might as well post it. Y'all was doing.
You know what I'm saying? But then she was doing some BS behind closed doors. So it's like, man,
that's tricky too. Like if I'm posting you and then you out here doing extra stuff, now you making me look stupid. You know what I mean? Especially if I'm on my story, I'm on my page claiming you, and then people see you, they know you, and then they see you out doing other stuff, or like you just like, come on now, like now you making me look dumb. You know what I mean? I think that's crazy when it comes to stuff like that. The chicks want that. They want that attention, but at the same time, I mean, chicks do it too. Like I follow a lot of chicks that post on their story all the time, and they in the car, and all they post is they side of the car. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, what if it's, you know what I'm saying? They don't post the other dude, or you know, they only posting their side. They only posting their food. They on vacation, only posting they, you know what I mean? Only posting their pics. Like, come on. Like,
I've been in the car with a girl in the passenger seat, and they will be, you know what I'm saying?
And you ain't nowhere. You driving the car. You ain't nowhere in that motherfucker.
Nowhere in that business.
Damn.
You already know what's going on with that. You
that's cold blooded.
She got to fix her hair. And ain't no wrong with her. Got to fix it. Have the filter and everything. Got to filter her pictures and all. Like,
and they good at getting them angles just in the passenger seat and not like you don't even see your leg in them. Like you don't even see your arm on the shifter or nothing. Like you can. No. They know how to crop them. They know how to hold that motherfucker tight like this and just you don't see none of that.
Man, it's so wild. It's so wild out here, dog. I'm sitting here like, man, these. I don't want to bash them because that's not the point of it. I don't want to bash them, but I do want to hop on this topic too. We talked. You sent me. What's up with all these quote unquote single chicks popping up pregnant? Man, that's real too. That's.
I don't know. Like to be honest, I mean they living life. I guess I don't know, but my perspective on that is especially if you're out here and guys are trying to talk to you. You know what I mean? My thing is with women, if you're out here, you got somebody in the picture, let dudes know or let somebody know because let's just hypothetically speak. Let's say I've been following you for a while, you know, and now I got to the point to where I feel like I want to shoot my shot now. You know what I mean? I want to go on and try to, you know, hop in the DM or try to see you out somewhere but now, you know, I don't see you for a while. Now all of a sudden you come back and the first post I see, I'm like, hey, where she go? Because I know I've been paying attention. Yeah. You know, now when I'm ready to actually shoot my shot, now you didn't posting a picture. I'm with the belly out, you know, I'm like, wait a minute. I thought you were single. You know what I mean? Like I thought you were single the whole time. Like,
I seen that last week. A girl, she made a post, her being pregnant last week. Her post before that was like in November, December.
Right.
I'm like, what the? But girls like doing that a lot. They like going MIA when they're in the middle of pregnancy.
I'm like, wait a minute, how does that work? Like you're single, but then you pop up pregnant. Like what part of the game? Like how does that like? Yeah. And I know, I mean, of course, it can happen, accident or whatever. But I'm pretty sure we grown enough now in 2020. We grown enough to know. Like, listen, you know what you do. Like I just don't get it. Like you're single, you got guys probably want to take interest in you, but then next thing they see is you pregnant. It's like, well. I don't get why all these single chicks are popping up pregnant. Yeah. Like, what the hell?
The only thing I'm going to say
like, be real. You fucking.
Exactly.
You out here fucking.
You doing that. Yeah. And that's how it was. I'm a single man that got a girl pregnant. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? But I like it now.
But say you try to shoot your shot at a girl, but she's telling you, oh, I'm single. But then the whole time she's got somebody else in the picture that she's fucking, and all of a sudden she come up pregnant, and you be like, listen, just be real. Just be like, listen, I'm single, but I got somebody else. I'm single, but I got a situation going on. But don't make me think you're all the way single, or then 2, 3, 4 months down the line, I see a picture of you pregnant, or you posting a story, you pregnant. I'm just like, come on now. Like, that's where the bullshit stops. I think that'd be my issue with a lot of women in today's generation is just like, be real. Like, why y'all lie? Like, just be real, be honest, be upfront. Like, don't send me in a runaround, or don't have me don't lead me on thinking it's gonna be something it's not. Like, just be real.
So I'm gonna ask you a question. Say it's a chick that's bad as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
What would you still pursue if she's pregnant? And let's say she don't want nothing to do with the dude.
And the dude out the picture.
Dude out the picture, like, he don't even want to be in the kid's life. He don't want to be in the woman's life. Of course, he'll show up to the baby shower and all that, because you got to show up at least.
But gender reveal together.
But don't want to be with him. She's like, no, I'm single. This is it.
And she bad.
Bad. Walk through the door.
And
like,
she want to be with me. See,
she likes you.
That's the other thing.
She likes you.
If she want to fuck with me heavy,
would you invest and take that time in and, you know what I'm saying, and really dedicate your time to a girl? And she like, let's say she's like 6 or 7 months. Let's say 7 months pregnant.
Like almost done.
Almost done.
Ooh. But see, for me, to be honest, where I am in life and just as a man and where I'm going, it wouldn't be about the looks. You know what I mean? Like, she was bad, okay, that'd be a bonus. But I would have to just make sure that if she was cool, like she was cool, we clicked, we vibed.
Yeah. Let's say she's not exposed to the club. She don't like the club. She don't like
she's not even in the club.
She's a homebody. She's,
right.
You know what I'm saying? She's like that type of chick. She's a chick that you can mold. Because like us men, we like to mold our women and make them the best versions of them. And that's what we like.
Right. I think for me, because I've experienced stuff like that, I've dated women with kids, like on a serious level. For me, kids aren't the deal breaker. You know what I mean? Kids aren't the deal breaker. My thing is making sure that you're the right person first. Like, I don't care. Like, if you're not even the right person for me in my life, it doesn't work whether you have a kid or not. You know what I mean? So, but if she, I mean, I would, being the type of person I am, I would go through it and I would like, hey, go, finish, be there, whatever. And then we can try after the baby, because once you have a baby, that changes. Now, once again, newborn stage, a lot of time might be an issue. Now we have to have a bond first. So I think that's why we going back to the whole dating when with kids is more so that time to get to know each other, time to build. We can't go on date nights all the time. We can't go on because you have to be there for the baby. It's like a lack of time issue. So now it kind of hinders us really connecting and growing and bonding on that level. And I'm big on just making sure that this is the right person. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I'm not saying I wouldn't want to try to be with her if she, really wanted to be with me. It would just be, we would have to see how it goes after you have the baby, because then now reality kicks in. And I'm more of a realistic person. Like, I tell all my friends all the time, like, stop living in a fairy tale land. Like, be real. Like, shit is real deal. Like, you gotta be real cut, clear. So I can say this while you 6, 7 months pregnant, like, hey, like, you know what I'm saying? But then now when a baby comes, now life might be different a couple months from now. Now the reality kicks in, like, okay, man, now I got to deal with this. I got to deal with that. I got to do this. Like, so now it's a different level. But I think it's just one of those things, you cross that bridge when you get to it.
Right.
Stuff like that.
But I was 21 years old, messing with a woman that was 35.
Mm-hmm.
Bad as hell. But the reason why I ain't keep going forward with it was because I had just had my son.
Mm.
And shit was moving fast too. But dog, she was nice. I think I have probably some old pictures. Like, I gotta probably look for it. But man,
so you think your thing is dating older women was to make them feel young?
I think that's one of the reasons. Because when you mess with a woman that's older, it's not gonna be marriage.
Mm-hmm.
It's all gonna be that y'all
fight.
I mean, if I'm 21, 35 years old,
you see all these people today. J-Lo wasn't the famous people be having them young boyfriends and young husbands?
Money. Money pays them off.
Oh, okay.
Think about it. Let's take normal people, normal man and normal woman.
Okay.
It's tough as hell. You might have a couple out there, but it is tough.
It might be something that work.
You know what I'm saying?
I think my mom and daddy was like 10 years apart.
Yeah.
I think.
It can work. It depends if you want it to work. So,
but then there's a different time as well.
It's a different time as well too. So I think our goal as a man for dating an older woman is to make her feel young, and the expectation is not high. Now, I'm not saying you might not get with that person, but the expectation is so low. It's like, okay, we find each other attractive. We met at a bar or some shit. So I'm younger than her. She think I'm a little baby, but we find each other attractive. It's only one thing we're gonna do: have sex.
Damn.
That's all that's gonna happen. I don't think nothing else can happen with that.
That's crazy. Well, that's let me tell you my view. In my life, I've experienced, I used to be the younger cat that was always talking to older women.
Right.
Because I always felt I was more mature than my age. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
I would only, like, when I was in my, like late teens, early 20s, I'm talking about like 19, 20, 21, 22, I used to only go after older chicks who were late 20s and, you know, maybe it was some that was in their 30s. But my thing wasn't to make them feel young. It was more so, to be honest, and I used to go after them more for the maturity mindset because I would think, okay, this person is older, they're more mature, they're not going to be playing games as much, they're not going to be out here, you know, doing stupid shit because they're older, they're more mature, they're more stable, more settled down. You know, of course, once I lived a little bit, I realized shit, the older ones were full of shit too. But like you said, your thing was you were dating older chicks to make them feel young. I was dating them because they had stability. They were like, and then a lot of times I wasn't where I was in life. I wasn't mature. Wasn't as mature as I thought. So it was more so, okay, this person, they already had, you know, good jobs, they own houses, you know what I mean? Would move into their place. You know what I mean? It was just more of the stability because they were older. So it's like, I'm in my younger 20s. I got a girl that's 6, 7, 8 years older than me. Their life is already kind of stable. So it's like, now I can go in and be comfortable and talk to an older chick for that stability or for that, you know, now I was like, man, I've had situations where like a woman was taking care of me. You know what I mean? Like an older chick. I think I was in my 20s. I think she probably was in her 30s. I can't recall to the detail, but it was like she took care of everything. Like, hey, come live with me. I want to have a relationship with you. You know, even if you're out here looking for a job or whatever, I'm gonna take care of you. I'm gonna take care of you. You don't have to do nothing. Just I want to be with you. Right. So come move in with me. I'm gonna handle everything. You know what I mean? Like I've been in situations like that. So I mean, it's crazy. But then I say, as I got older, and life is funny. Let me tell you why life is funny, because me being in my 30s now, most chicks I come across are in their 20s, and I'm now the older one talking to the younger one. But it's funny how life works like that. But for me, it's a little different. Like once again, like you said, I'm not thinking I'm about to go marry this 22-year-old girl. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not, you know, unless it's something amazing, super amazing that we bond and connect on. But like you said, I'm not. Now she shows me that, hey, I can handle, you know, where you are in life or where your maturity is or where your mindset. Like we like I said, we just click and it's something amazing. I'm not saying because she's 20 that it won't work. You know what I mean? But it's just, my first thought isn't, okay, I'm going to marry this girl. She's 21. I'm about to marry her. You know what I mean? But I think it's just, now, like I said, being in my 30s, dating mostly chicks that are in their 20s, it is a little different. But my mindset it's just hard. But I never make them feel young. Hell no.
That's what I'm saying. Like, when you get, that's part of the reason why I was like, man, being single in your 30s, because women's going to evolve and get better. So when I get in my 30s and chicks are in their 20s, and I'm in my 40s and they in their 30s, it's like, man, it is tough.
I think right now the good thing is where it's almost like, if you hear me out on this perspective, it's more so like, and we're gonna end on this topic. I'll say that, and we're gonna end on this topic. It's almost like you look at life kind of is kind of balancing out right now. Life for everybody. I'm looking back at my friends. I'm looking back at people close to me. I'm looking back at like social media. I'm looking back at just all of it, and just from just kind of like a didactic view. Like that word just seemed to flow at that point.
Word, yeah.
From a didactic. My pastor used to say a didactic view. But it's like, man, I have friends who are getting married. I got friends who are settling down. I see people on social media getting proposed to, starting lives and families. It's almost like we're at a peak in our life, or just, I don't know if it's just a year thing, or just where people are in life. As I'm watching it through my eyes and like my generation, how I came up. I said, you were 26, so I'm like, it's almost like a generation gap too. It's like my generation, your generation is a little different. But it's like, my generation is more like they're settling down. Like they're getting married, they're finding a good situation, they're locking it down. Like I have friends who are engaged, friends that are getting married. I have people that are peers that are getting really locked in with somebody. I think that's why I'm like, I don't think it's just a 2020 thing, but I think now is, even me, I feel like going into 2020 was like 3 years for me being single. It was like 3 years. 2020 made 4 to the day, like 2020. You know what I mean? But I think now it's like I'm at a point to where I could lock in a situation, you know what I mean, and build from here and go up. You know what I mean? Because I've gotten to a certain point in life to where I'm at and I know where I'm going. Now I feel like I could lock in a situation and we build and take it higher. You know what I mean? I just feel like that's where life is now for a lot of people in my generation.